Grand Bahama to host a meeting of the top shipping agency in the Caribbean. Organizers say the timing could not be better as Grand Bahama aligns itself as a leading transshipment hub, connecting the North American, South American, Far East, and European trade routes. Joan Davis-Rolle reports.
Some of the most prominent shipping executives from the region and indeed the world will converge on Grand Bahama for the Caribbean Shipping Association conference set for the picturesque Grand Lucine Resort, May 12th to the 15th. A giant within the local industrial sector is leading the way as it prepares to host members of this august body. Chief Executive Officer of Hutchison Whampoa's Freeport Container Port Godfrey Smith says this coming together of movers and shakers within the shipping and maritime industries augurs well for Grand Bahama and the Bahamas.
CSA in general is a forum for like-minded businesses and entities to share common views, progress their agenda. CSA has, I think it's 12 shipping lines and more than 100 members that conference. They talk, they develop strategies, they speak to the stakeholders' agendas. And that forum actually brings, or try to bring, efficiencies, productivity, increased throughput throughout the stakeholders in our region. CSA, which obviously Freeport Harbor and the Bahamas is a part of, very graciously took our offer to come to Freeport. Part of our overall interest of the partners and the stakeholders here today to promote Grand Bahama Island and the maritime industry at large.
Chairman of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Ian Fair, along with Smith, says the upcoming CSA conference is poised to have a significant impact on this island's overall economy.
When we consider the diversity of the island's economic landscape and the fact that its maritime, trade and industrial sectors are a critical component of the economy, I believe that the upcoming conference is very timely. As a past chairman of the Bahamas Maritime Authority, I can speak with some authority as to the critical importance of the maritime sector to the Grand Bahama economy and that of our nation. This conference will make a significant contribution to what is one of the three most important cornerstones of our future development.
The Bahamas Ministry of Tourism is also one of the key partners in this event. They are particularly sponsoring one of the cultural nights with our Caribbean and guests from away.
With over 200 delegates expected, General Manager of the Grand Lucine Resort, Ben Davis, says the hotel is ready to roll out the red carpet.
We are very delighted to be part of the conference and participating and looking after the over 130 rooms that will be staying at our resort, as well as all the functions that will be taking place. It's a very important time for us to host the conference, as May normally is one of these months where we are in transition between the winter and the summer, and we desperately would like to have groups at the hotel, but certainly this conference comes at a very important time as we are nurturing as much business as we can for the island of Grand Bahama.
Joan Davis-Rolle, ZNS Network News.
Grand Bahama is swiftly becoming a major industrial business hub, and the government is planning to introduce new legislation that is expected to complement the industrial and the maritime sector. The Minister for Grand Bahama toured the industrial site in the east today, and he says he is pleased with the findings. Shakara Trott has more.
The redevelopment of the Statoil storage terminal began to take shape 3 years ago, and Minister for Grand Bahama Michael Darville was pleased to see the changes now unfolding at the property. It was his first visit to the site within the past 20 years.
We had the ability to take a boat ride to the jetty, and it's really something that is going on here at Statoil. I'm pleased with what Statoil has accomplished in such a short time.
The company employs 70 persons, and Darville says the tour was indeed necessary since it comes at a time when the government plans to introduce new legislation geared at monitoring both the industrial and maritime sector.
Very soon, the government will be releasing legislation for monitoring the industrial as well as maritime sector. And these particular rules will be put in place to ensure that we have the necessary guidelines to ensure safety and environmental protection for Grand Bahama.
Darville says the government is in search of new investment projects and will facilitate necessary partnerships. Statoil, he notes, will be a key element.
We anticipate very shortly that with the opening of the Panama Canal, the need for transshipment of heavy crudes, particularly from Brazil and other parts of the world, will definitely be a very important factor for the growth and development for companies like Statoil. And we are honestly looking to ensure that our environment is a key factor.
The terminal has been upgraded to achieve a higher health, safety, and environmental standard. The minister notes that with local environmental issues, the government is doing its part to encourage safety.
Concerned about what the environmental impact would be with the expansion. And from what I've seen today and from all of the international guidelines that they are following for the environment, I see no problems with the implementation of these new piece of legislations that will be coming to Parliament very soon as it results to our industrial sector.
The minister also commended the local corporate giant for its commitment to community-minded projects. Terminal manager at South Riding Point, Delton Russell, says it is something they would like to continue.
We have a local Marine cadet corps training program where we facilitate cadets that are being trained, and also we have some of them that have already gone off to college with a view of looking to ensure that we have the necessary skills and competence available for future, as far as the industry is concerned.
Shakara Trott, ZNS Network News.
And some good news for store owners in the International Bazaar as big plans were announced to revive that shopping district. Sabrina Brown has the details.
It could be the impetus needed to put the once thriving International Bazaar back on a path to success. Since the closure of the neighboring Royal Oasis Resort, the popular shopping mecca has been on a downward spiral. And although merchants have been trying to make a comeback, some have had to close their doors. But the Grand Bahama Independence Planning Committee has joined forces with the Bazaar Tenants Association to breathe new life into this multicultural shopping center. Co-chairman of the Independence Committee, Peter Adderley.
The Bazaar is a historic mark for this island. When you see Grand Bahama, you see the Tory Gate. And it would be almost suicidal to have these celebrations and not involve or include the International Bazaar. We're going to bring some live entertainment. We're going to have a series of all Bahamian concerts. We're going to allow some talented persons in the cultural sector to come and perform. We're going to be able to give our shoppers some activities to be a part of for their children.
Acting president of the Bazaar Tenants Association, Anitha Cooper, says they plan to incorporate a going back to the island theme as they work to create excitement and attract much-needed business to the area.
It is very significant for us because things have been very quiet and very slow around here, and it will attract some attention and some traffic into the area. So we're excited about this event.
The AIC has also come on board to help turn the bazaar around. Acting Assistant General Manager for the Northern Region, Shayla Cartwright-Black.
The AIC, we're mandated to assist small entrepreneurs and develop and promote these businesses. And so that's what we're doing here today. And we offer them our full support. We understand completely what it is they're going through.
The shopping district was also a hot spot for visitors to the island. Coordinator at the Ministry of Tourism, Sanique Culmer, believes the bazaar can regain its prominence in that market.
One of our main objectives of tourism is for economic benefit. And so we would like to see visitors come here and once again experience what the International Bazaar used to be. And every journey starts with a single step. So this is the first step in trying to obtain that goal.
Events are planned for the months of May through July. Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Well, 4 Defense Force officers are among a group of men who were arrested yesterday for possession of dangerous drugs. Police report say around 11 o'clock Wednesday morning, officers of the Drug Enforcement Unit acting on a tip went to the Grand Bahama International Airport where they met a Defense Force officer embarking an aircraft. The officer was searched and 2 dark taped packages of suspected cocaine were discovered in a black bag that he was carrying. He was arrested and taken into custody. DEU officers also arrested 3 other Defense Force officers and 2 other male suspects in connection with that matter. The suspected drugs have a street value of $50,000, and police are continuing their investigations. Meantime, police have confirmed the identity of the toddler who died under questionable circumstances on Monday. The young child, 2-year-old Peter Emmanuel Higgs of number 39 Magellan Crest, was found in an unresponsive state. He was taken to hospital where he died later on Monday evening. An autopsy will determine the exact cause of death. Police have confirmed that the child's father is still in custody and is assisting with that investigation. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, continues right after this.